So, I just saw Avengers Endgame. This video is going to be full of spoilers. So, yeah. I basically just wanted to talk about one of the plot points that was bugging me. In general, I loved it. So, I would give it a big thumbs up or whatever, or 5 popcorns out of 5 or something. But there's one thing that's bugging me. And it has to do with, spoiler alert, Thanos and how he goes into the future from his point of view, from his timeline, from his point in time. He is brought into the future by Nebula when she kind of tricks and infiltrates the Avengers base. He's brought into the future. His ship is there, all his army's there, and everything. That's the Thanos from the past. Now, one of the big plot points about this movie is they have to go back in time, get the Infinity Stones, use them in the future, do what they need to do, put them back into place where they belong, so the timeline can be completed as it's supposed to. But if Thanos from the past is in the future, that is the Thanos from the past, and if he's in the future, does his battle, and eventually, spoiler alert, dies, then the Thanos from the past never does the things that he needs to do to get to the point, to bring them to the point, to go back into the past and do all the things they do in this movie. So, there is a temporal paradox. And I believe it was Banner who at some point said, all the movies you see, Back to the Future and other time travel movies, it doesn't work like that. You can't go in the back and go in the past and then change something and change the future. Well, they did do that with Thanos going from the past to the future, well, or to the present time, and then him dying. They did do that. So, that's been bugging me. It's fine. It's a Marvel movie. I'm okay with it. It's still a great movie. But if they were able to do that with Thanos, why couldn't Gamora from the past, who is now in the future with the fight and doing her stuff, meeting Quill for the first time in her point of view, why couldn't she just stay there? Since if she did go back to the past to try to complete and repair the timeline or whatever, there would be no Thanos there anyway. Plus, Nebula dies. The bad Nebula, the bad past Nebula, she dies at some point, in the whole fight. So, if Gamora were to go back, then what's there for her? And yeah, so that's been bugging me. Might as well have the past able to be changed, but then you get a temporal paradox and it's a whole big mess. So I don't know. If they wanted to keep the timeline clean, they should have just had the Hulk do the snap, bring everybody back. That's the best they can possibly do. Of course, they get attacked at the time they have to deal with Thanos. But if they really wanted to keep the timeline clean, they would have just sent Thanos back and all of his minions back to where they came from in the present timeline, including Gamora, and then everything would happen the way it's supposed to happen. I think. Comment down below if I've forgotten anything or if I'm wrong. Thanks a lot. See ya.